Baseball is the greatest sport in all professional sports. Why? Because it's the most diverse and unique sport there is, which makes it the best. You don't have to be a specific size or weight, just the tools to hit, throw, and catch a baseball. You don't have to be a 300-pound man that goes up against another 300-pound man to get to the quarterback, or a 6-foot big man that has a 7-foot wingspan to dunk the ball several times. But for baseball, you can be a 5'6" leadoff hitter and be successful at this sport, just as well as being a 6'6" power hitter. There are many different types of players in the league, but two players that are great examples and that are both reigning MVPs from last season, Stanton and Altuve. Jose Altuve is a second baseman for the Houston Astros, and he is a prime example for that anyone can play this game. He is weighing at 165 pounds and is only 5'6". He's had the best batting average and the most hits by any player in the whole league. That's pretty impressive. But on the flip side of the size chart, Giancarlo Stanton, who is now with the New York Yankees as a designated hitter, is one of the game's biggest guys and an elite power hitter who had the most home runs last year with 59 dingers. This alone just amazes me and probably anyone else who loves baseball as much as I do. Giancarlo Stanton being a whole foot taller than Altuve just blows me away and just shows how any size player can play this game. Another thing is that there are so many different races that play Major League Baseball from all around the world. While the NBA and the NFL are predominantly African American and the NHL was reported to be 93% Caucasian. Major League Baseball is as diverse and multinational as possible. But back in the day, it was not like this. The MLB was an all-white league until one player that changed the course of the game forever. That player was Jackie Robinson, who broke the race barrier as the first African American to play in the majors in 1947, was not welcome at all in his debut game. He made his last start 9 years later in '56, where he hit 137 home runs as a Brooklyn Dodger and is now the Hall of Fame, and his jersey, number 42, is retired from baseball. Today, April 15th, is the first day Jackie Robinson got to play in his first game, and now every year on this day, every player wears his number, 42, which represents how much of an impact he has made on the game. Today, there are many different races on all 30 teams. Another reason why baseball is the best sport out there is because it is one of the hardest to play, if not the most difficult. Baseball is said to be 90% mental and 10% physical, but requires a high amount of athleticism. Hitting a small round baseball going 90 plus miles an hour is one of the hardest things to do, not to mention all the different breaking pitches these pitchers have these days. Baseball is a sport where the players fail most of the time, so that's where the mental side of the game comes into play. If a batter fails 7 out of 10 times throughout their career, they are considered a Hall of Famer. I'm a pitcher, and that is considered a success position, but is the toughest position on the field because it is considered one of the loneliest places being on the field since everyone is waiting for you to throw the ball. In order to be successful, you have to be mentally tough and consistent with your mechanics and precise with your pitches. Baseball is also unlike any other sport. There are no artificial time constraints, but because both teams get their shot to compete, to win the game in all 27 outs. No one has to resort to stalling tactics or other gimmicks. But there is no spiking the ball or running out of bounds to stop the clock as they do in football, or repeatedly fouling players near the end of the game to save time as they do in basketball. There is none of that nonsense in baseball. Each team gets the exact number of chances. Each guy that steps into the plate gets a shot to compete against the pitcher. One pitch or one swing of the bat can change the course of the game that quickly. This is why baseball is the greatest sport there is. You guys may know this song. One, two, three strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching.